I just told Biggie I'm going to owe this audience an apology for 3 reasons, okay? 1, I'm slumped. I was up late last night. I tell you, I just...
Doing what exactly?
Pickle, man. Diesel, I'm out there pickling all hours.
Are you getting better?
In the heat. No, I'm not now.
Are you getting worse?
I'm boring. I'm trying to be more boring. I told you that. I'm trying.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant in life.
My boring, not in life for sure. My boring plan went into effect last night. I said, I'm going to be really boring out here.
How would you give yourself a letter grade for boring?
B+. I went for some shots I shouldn't have.
Okay.
But for the most part, I was boring. Now, we played a couple of guys that were real young, and they whipped us.
Yeah.
Did you announce to your partner you were going to be boring, or did you just try to surprise him with it?
I surprised him with it. Just
He's like, what was that?
Just stand stagnant on the court.
This is my new style. What does it make you feel worse when you've stayed up late? You probably don't even realize how late it is till you get in the car and look at the clock, and then you're like, oh man, I just stayed up late to just get my butt kicked.
Oh, just got whipped like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, that makes you feel worse. Playing tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
What?
Got us out at 6 tomorrow. Yeah.
4
over at Gander Mountain. They open early. They open early, and he was like, the guy, Kepco. He's like, if I play tomorrow, I got to play early. Y'all want to play at 6? And everybody's like, yeah.
If I may just jump in for a moment, you know, I have my dad grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And a lot of his family still lives in the northeast part of the United States, New York, New Jersey. And I have cousins who play hockey. Now, hockey, you can only play, ice rinks are limited. Yeah. So my cousins, Richie and Dave, they would have to wake up at 3 in the morning to play hockey from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
There are a lot of pickleball courts.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah.
They're almost infinite.
But none, the only one that's indoors is Gander Mountain. And the outdoor ones don't open until 8, and Kepco wants to play at 6 because he's got something planned later. They say, I got to be done early. So we're like, all right.
See, that's my thing. I think it's more about the person you're playing with than the court itself.
Yeah. So,
if the Diesel said we're playing at dawn, what do you do?
I'd do it. He's upset about it because he doesn't get out of bed that early. And now typically I wake up.
He does stay up later, too.
He stays up really late. I wake up. So we're going early. That's not even the reason I owe this audience an apology. All right.
There's more.
Okay. There's more. There's
okay,
more.
1, slumped.
Slumped.
Are you caffeinated?
I've had a fridge cig.
Strongly?
Yeah, I had 1 fridge cig on the way in. Here's the real reason I owe this audience an apology is, you know how little I knew about Ozzy Osbourne when he died. You know
Yes.
that, okay? The only 2 people I know less about are Hulk Hogan and Chuck Mangione.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just not a wrestling person. And Chuck Mangione, have you ever heard of a flugelhorn? That's what he played.
Yeah.
That's what he played. And so I thought, my goodness, I am not the man to do these obituaries. And these celebrities are just dying left and right. It's terrible. It's tragic.
You skated by on Connie Francis.
Right.
Yeah.
Just throwing a factoid here and there. Like, no one's going to yell at you for her.
Yeah, nobody's going to. Thank you. But now Hulk Hogan, I heard about it. It's like, oh no, Hulk Hogan has died. But in reality, other than Thunder Lips in Rocky III,
Okay.
at which he was brilliant, I don't know hardly anything about Hulk Hogan. Do you know what Chris Demm said to me? And see if you concur, Biggie. Biggest figure in wrestling all time. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I would say yes. I mean, if you were going to do a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers, I think he would be the first face you put in the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
To me, without question, no one grew the sport. No one was the face of the sport globally than Hulk Hogan.
So, but I think Ric Flair, when I think wrestling, but is Hulk Hogan more global, bigger?
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Bigger.
Without a doubt.
I mean, I love Ric Flair, but he just changed everything.
Hogan.
I mean, truly, there would be no professional wrestling, no WWE, none of that without Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Yes. And I mean, Vince McMahon owes everything to him because he changed everything. He made it a national and a worldwide thing instead of being regional.
Yeah, Flair was, a regional god, icon.
Yes.
But wrestling was regional for a long, long time. And as Biggie said, Vince McMahon said, let's take this national.
I used to try to pretend that I knew what wrestling was all about.
Did you? With whom? Really? High school buddies, college buddies?
Yeah, really before you, even early 20s, there was a group around us that were into wrestling.
Yeah.
And I had to be like, yeah. But I didn't know anything. I still don't. I know nothing about wrestling. People see that those matches on Saturdays that used to be very regional.
yeah.
The old Mid-Atlantic wrestling?
Mid-Atlantic wrestling. I used to see
Oh,
that.
the glory days.
I think it's because my father would say, "This is all fake," and I'd be, "Yeah, this is fake." He would like it's like with
But
my.
he watched it. There's no way your dad didn't
I mean, it was
watch.
on. It would be on in the middle of the day. I really sort of commanded the TV. He'd go to the American Legion, have a few cold pops, and then when he was home, I'd have
Wrestling,
it'd be on,
and then hee-haw, and then Lawrence Welk.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then college football during the season in the middle of the day. But when wrestling was on, he'd walk through the living room and go, this is all fake. This is ridiculous. What do you go outside? He'd do a lot of that. Like,
Give me that remote.
What are you doing? Go outside. And, it was like his take on the Harlem Globetrotters, which was, that's not real basketball. And that's traveling. Like Curly Neal would do some trick for 5 minutes. He goes, that's
I try to bring a ladder onto a basketball court. They give me a technical foul.
And just so we're all clear, there's not water in the bucket. He switches it out.
It's confetti. Yeah. You think it's going to be water until they hit the ref.
But and he was even so much more basic than that. He's like, how's it allowed that confetti is thrown onto someone on the bench? This
Shot clock violation.
They just made the floor slick.
He was out of bounds. His foot's on the line.
His foot's out of bounds. He
was double back.
Double dribble. He called double dribble constantly on the Globetrotters. So wrestling never flew with him, and therefore I never got.
That's too
into
bad
it.
you missed out because I grew up. Biggie had a sister. You had a sister, but I had two younger brothers, and wrestling was everything in our house. And of course, we had perfect opponents to practice on.
Each other.
We could flip each other all around the house and body slam and choke slam and sleep. When you first do the sleeper hold on your little brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I loved Hulk Hogan, too. I mean,
Did you?
Yeah, he was, in that early 90s, late 80s, early 90s is when I was watching, and they had the Hulkamania, like, stuffed wrestling buddies. I had that. And then even when he joined the WCW later in the late 90s, and joined like the NWO. I watched it then with all my friends. We'd get the WCW pay-per-views.
I never knew the difference on these initials. It would be WWE, WCW, NWO. I never know what that stuff is. Now, did he start WrestleMania? Did he create WrestleMania? Is that a big thing for him?
Probably more McMahon.
Yeah, I mean, but
he was the face of it.
He was the face.
Yeah.
Hogan was.
So why now, when he died yesterday, which was unexpected, I never saw that coming.
Well, it's some weird talk over the last month.
About him?
Yeah. Reports kept coming out saying things like he's in a coma.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they would say, oh, no, it's not. He just had a neck procedure he's recovering from. And, even a guy in wrestling named Jimmy Hart, I mean, the day before he died, Jimmy Hart was, tweeting out, oh, he's great. He's fine. He made it seem like he was at a karaoke the night before with him, and just not the case. I think he had been kind of in poor
But this
health.
was a sudden heart attack.
He had a heart attack, but I think he had already kind of had these issues.
There was video, Biggie, maybe you saw this too, of Hogan early in the year at a bar that he was going to own or open, and he was getting around with a cane.
Oh,
Yeah.
He had difficulty walking then.
Well, I mean, a lot of those guys.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure.
has a place called a popular place in Clearwater. I've been there. It's called Hogan's Hangout.
So,
and he would always go. He would always go there.
Here's my question: when he died yesterday, I heard controversial. Some people, the last event where Hulk Hogan was, he was booed. Why? What has happened that he's not as beloved as he used to be?
Well, I mean, it really started a lot. He's very MAGA, very pro Donald Trump.
So he's
split
alienated
right
half the country right there.
Yeah, but also, some video of him was released sleeping with his best friend's wife at the time. That's why he sued Gawker over the video, but he also used the N-word in the video. So there's, I saw a lot of...
I remember all this.
Yeah, I saw a lot of, you can honor Hulk Hogan, the wrestler. And
inside
still,
the squared circle, no one can touch it.
Okay, right.
You can honor him, but you can still not love Terry Bollea, the person.
The man.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
I like that.
He, you're right. I remember when he sued Gawker because now there was a radio component to this.
Oh yeah,
that's right. The woman in the sex tape was Mrs. Bubba the Love Sponge,
legend in our business.
And the Hulkster and Bubba were great friends.
Yeah,
and then had a falling out because he's sleeping with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife.
And the deal was Bubba's wife could sleep with who she wanted to as long as it was recorded.
Okay.
And Bubba could watch it.
Okay.
So Bubba was what people refer to as a cuckold.
What an arrangement that is, isn't it? You can sleep with who you want.
And at the time, Hulk Hogan was getting divorced from his wife, who he had been married to for a long time. I think he was having money troubles. And so basically what happened was this video was released. Not only sleeping with his best friend's wife, also using the N-word.
That I remember as well.
Yeah.
So that cost him a job with one of the wrestling organizations.
But he came back from it. He won the lawsuit.
Came back, yeah.
He won the lawsuit. We saw.
Well, he put Gawker out of business.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's it. The Gawker was done.
I met him at a charity golf event probably about 12 years ago.
The Hulkster?
Yeah, and let me tell you, of all the celebrities that were there that I met, by far the nicest and spent the most time with you.
Really?
Yeah. Without a doubt. And this was, Joe Montana was there, Barry Sanders was there. They just breezed by, gave you the old, but he would talk to every single person that came up to him. And I think that he just was that kind of, now, of course, at the time, he was also, I believe, trying to repair his image some.
Oh, yeah, because he had been through that. But still, yeah. But, it was a lot more mixed reaction yesterday than I saw, than I kind of expected. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually when somebody dies, you only say the good things.
At first, yeah.
Yeah.
For the first couple of days. Here he is on the Tonight Show. It's not even him. We just saw this for the first time way back when he was just sort of being introduced to the world. He had been on Rocky III. He had started the big movement into wrestling. And he was on with Johnny Carson.
Sleeveless. Yep, of course.
Because
the 24-inch pythons.
The pythons. He called them the pythons, right? His arms. And then you hear that today. It's like, look at those pythons, when somebody's got big arms. And Johnny Carson had this to say.
I'm looking at the size of your arms. I don't believe this. I wish I had anything that big.
Love it. Ba-bang.
How good was that? That's my
two legends.
Yeah, I love it. A couple of legends just sitting there on the couch.
I'll tell you, Hulk Hogan had to me one of the greatest theme songs ever.
We have it.
Yeah. When that came on, you just...
This is...
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Now, we played this 2 months ago.
Why?
Because that's Rick Derringer.
Yeah.
Did he die?
You did the obit.
Yeah.
Did I do the obit?
You did.
There's only one person I know less about than Hulk Hogan. Rick Derringer. Ozzy Osbourne. And Chuck Mangione.
Yeah.
Holy thing.
But, going to these wrestling events when I was a kid, when that would start, and he would, the whole place
explode.
Yeah.
In the wrestling world, and Biggie, you can certainly speak to this too. People who are really into it. I had my moments. I was in and out of the wrestling game. But when the Hulk turned heel, one of the biggest moment in sports.
Because he was beloved. He was really a nice guy.
He was always the good guy.
Yeah.
And then he turned heel.
Why would he do that? Just for entertainment value?
Yeah, just to switch it up.
Yeah.
He had joined the WCW, and that's when he became Hollywood Hogan.
Wore black.
But let me tell
gold.
you, for I was early teens then, and he joined what was called the NWO.
New World Order.
Yeah, New World Order.
I'm writing that.
Yeah.
Need to make a note of that. New World Order.
But don't write that down in this current climate.
Yeah, I confuse it with NWA, which is completely
different organization.
Different organization. I know that. I knew what that meant. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
But it was like a race to get an NWO shirt,
Yes.
or a shirt to get his. And locally where we are, WCW used to have what they called their fall brawl here. And I went to that. And my dad took a bunch of us as teens, which is one of my favorite stories ever because he never let me live it down. He took a bunch of my friends and I to fall brawl. I believe it was 1998, and we had tickets way at the top.
Yeah.
And we all shuffled to our seats. My father was not a wrestling fan.
Oh, so he was just there for you.
He was just there. He was just taking us.
It's good fathering.
Yeah, and he never let me live it down because next to him plops down a rather large woman.
Okay.
And she got up and danced to every wrestler's intro.
The
Every
intro
one
music?
of them. Every intro.
including
Yeah.
My God, that's the Hulkster's music.
And she did not to every wrestler that came out. And when she did, her butt would just slap the side of my father's head.
Hit him in the head.
Repeatedly.
So he's taking blows.
Oh, yeah, and he's
Concussed.
just staring at me while this is happening. Like, and he would say randomly through the rest of his life, he'd be like, "You know how I know you should know that I love you? I took you and your friends to that wrestling thing,
That awful
and
wrestling.
that woman bashed me in the head with her butt for 2.5 hours."
Exactly. Remember
That's what dads do.
That's
Hell yeah.
what fathers do. Exactly.
And you know, she was also, I'll never forget, she was trying to take pictures from the top, and she had the old screw-on bulb for the camera.
Oh, really?
A flash bulb?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. In the late 90s.
Late night,
Geez.
yeah.
And the other celebrity death is Chuck Mangione, who is known mostly for this song, Feels So Good. When he turned heel, that was...
It's a real blow.
Who could forget where they were?
How about his sex tape? Mixed reaction when Chuck Mangione passes. No, he died at 84 at his home in Rochester, New York. I know the name Chuck Mangione. He's legend with this song, and that's about it. There's one other hit.
Had a couple other little minor hits.
Yeah.
And he played the flugelhorn.
It's a larger brass instrument than a trumpet.
Who's the second most famous flugelhorn player of all time? Nobody knows.
I don't know the answer.
This came out in 1977. Was by far his biggest hit. But he had over 30 albums and won 2 Grammys, nominated for a Golden Globe. The other...
You know why he said this song, what Chuck said this song was such a hit? Because it
Why?
went to #1.
Yeah.
He said because of the BG backlash. Radio programmers at the time, in 77, 78, were looking for anything that was not on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
This came along, didn't sound like anything else on the radio.
Yeah.
And listeners just flocked to it.
So if it had come out at a different time,
Who knows?
Might not have been as
Yeah, but
big
you
a-
don't hear a lot of jazz instrumentals on the radio.
No. Almost never.
And I think the original version, I'm not a giant, I don't know a lot about it, but I think the original version was 6 or 7 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
DJs cut it down like we do
That's what we do.
and made it poppier.
Yeah. And it becomes
So it
an
became a
enormous
hit.
The other one is called Give It All You Got. Minor hit. With Chuck Mangione.
We have a dear friend, this is his favorite jam.
I love this.
You like it better than the...
I do.
bigger hit?
100% better.
That's your flugelhorn, folks.
It's a Sunday windows down driving song.
This Give It All You Got should be my theme song for Put Up or Shut Up.
Totally.
Ooh. I don't know if we... Well,
Can we ad lib?
if you lose like 6-2, though, it's not really how we want to honor someone
it's
who
a
has
slap
passed.
to Chuck Mangione,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Don't forget, Chuck did some work for King of the Hill.
Yeah,
He became a spokesperson, playing himself,
Yeah.
as a spokesperson for the Megalo Mart. Because saving money feels so good.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. I don't know anything about King of the Hill.
They've just done an update. I think it's out.
You know,
They've done some update episodes. They look actually really funny.
let me tell you what I've learned about myself in the past week, really. When Ozzy Osbourne, Connie Francis, Chuck Mangione, Hulk Hogan. I mean, there's...
Malcolm Jamal
Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about anything. Every time I see these things, I'm like, I don't know, really.
Yeah.
What does Chris Demm always say? You're
I'm
living
on the world.
on
Not
the world,
in
not
it.
in it.
Not in the world.